Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show, which is at an early time today. I don't expect you to know yet. Unless you follow on social, you would have seen the posts about it. What's up, Jay Huff? Getting it dialed in. Dad, what up? Let's go. Let's go.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Beavis and Butthead Show. What's happening?
What is happening?
It's not Dark 30. That's what's happening.
It's weird, man. Yeah.
Early show.
Going early. I posted out about it, so we'll see how it goes.
Gotta try it.
Yeah. I mean, if you're into what we're doing, I think you're glad you came. If not, I don't know what to tell you.
Right. Dude, it was nice. I did that tutorial again on the Mesh Mixer program.
Yes.
On how to find scale. And
yes.
I got a really nice comment from somebody today that watched it, and they're like, man, thanks for showing us that. That's never thought of doing that. So it's nice to get those comments once in a while,
100%. That's fantastic. And if you're not doing it, you can appreciate it. But if you're doing it, man, you really, really appreciate it.
For sure.
I mean, we've said this before. It's like, how many times? I mean, we're new at this, but like, I think in a way we come at it without any ideas or limitations in mind. And I think there's folks that have been printing a long time that just hadn't thought of that. Didn't know.
Yeah, for sure.
And I understand. I mean, like, if I didn't see you do it, I would have thought I had to be printing off tchotchkes. But as it is, you can, go pretty big with it. What's up, Honey Chuck? So yeah, man. Here we are. I always look forward to this. Yeah, it's early.
There's Wild Bill.
Because
yeah,
you know what? Here's the deal. I think we're bringing it, but the one large potential captive audience for what we're doing, you'll never peel them away from the other live stream that goes down at 9:00 with Harley and Matt Scale Builders.
Exactly.
So, and I told Kelly this. I was like, if we moved this thing to Wednesday to try to get Kelly snookered in and used to this, and so we've achieved it. Now we just got to go from there. But
here we are.
I was about to quit doing live streams altogether, and I was like, all right, this is it. I've got to do it with somebody or forget it. So we moved to Wednesday, and we had some really great discussions and shows. And after the fact, they're getting the views, but it's just we're never going to get the interaction during the show. You'll never peel those guys away from the live stream takeover. And like I told Kelly, if I wasn't doing this on Wednesday night myself, that's where I would be also. So right. I get Turks in the house. YB Normal Crawlers.
Yeah, I see him. He texted me this morning and he was like, brother, were you able to get Ryan to move the time up? And I'm like, yeah, we're going to try it. And he's like, I'll be there.
Sick.
Yeah,
awesome. And in the wintertime, we may go to Saturday night, but we're going to try this. I know once school starts and sports are happening, this early time is going to be awful, but I figure, you know what? Let's just give it a rip. We'll give it a rip. That way we're not. There's 300 some people in the live that might enjoy being over here too.
we're just taking stabs at things, you know. It keeps everybody on their toes when they're like, man, they're moving to Saturday, they're going back to Wednesday, they're going to 7 o'clock, they're going late. What are we doing?
Exactly. You better keep up on
So,
social so you know what's happening.
right, dude, I'm looking forward to going live someday here when we're out crawling and running these things. Just do a pop up
That'll be
live.
cool. We'll have to have a real-time live sensor there, I think, as well, to throw up the beeps for the censored language.
Yeah, that happens when you scratch up a truck or you roll it and break fenders off of it.
I mean,
it happens.
Early, why? Yeah, I think I just explained it. Yeah. I mean, the show's pretty good, and we got, like, again, potentially a lot more audience if we don't try to step on the same time.
But you know what? I enjoy watching Matt and Josh. You know, that's what I did for 25 or 30 minutes before our show on this Wednesday night at 9:30. I would try to catch their beginning of it, you know. I enjoy watching those guys. And
I mean, honestly, on Wednesday night, I would usually turn them on like many other nights. I just I spend a lot of time in this room. So I'll sit here and work on something and roll a live stream. So I'll either have those guys on, or Urban Legend, or watch some, reptilian lizard people, presidential Illuminati bloodline stuff. So, I mean, you just never know.
Breaking Bad, good session of Breaking Bad. That always helps.
I've never seen it. I've never seen that show.
So you got a Viper sitting behind you? What's going on with that?
I've got every Viper. I don't have the 50 anymore, but I got the 64, the 70, and the 90.
What's the one sitting behind you?
70.
Nice. You getting that thing geared up to fly again, or what?
I had to check it out to help somebody. I wanted to lay eyes on something.
Gotcha.
And yeah, so that's what I did.
Nice. Well, you see,
I just didn't put it back in the garage.
Nice. Yep. It's always nice to have a prop at hand, right? So you can look at things.
It is.
I moved again. I moved around. I'm back in front of my baker's rack with all of my 3D printed crap behind me.
I almost set up the shot at the Fab Factory, but I was watching a John Candy, Dan Aykroyd movie with the kids, and I didn't get here in time to completely reconfigure the shot in the computer. But yeah, dude, I got the windows cut into my Fab Factory right now, man.
Dude, I saw that in your short social post about moving things to 7 o'clock tonight. It looks good, bro.
Yeah, it'll be. There's a lot more to do, but it gives me. I took a lot of pictures of that truck in that little room, and I didn't post them. I just posted up that short piece where I was talking about it. But I took so many pictures, like finding the angles where you get the door in it and the windows and everything.
Right on, dude. Jay Huff says The Great Outdoors. Dude, what a great movie.
Yes.
Is that what you were watching?
Yes.
That's where he shoots the bear in the butt, man, with the shotgun.
Don't tell me, bro.
What? Don't tell me you've never seen that movie.
There's so many like crazy classics that we were just looking at trailers for.
Come on.
And they're movies that I should have seen by now, but I haven't.
Bro, I want to do one of them Jeep. What's that, Wagoneer that he's driving in that movie? Oh, I want a real one of those.
See, I didn't even get that far in it.
Oh, dude.
Lyndon RC, what up?
Urban
79 in the house. Wait till you see. Hey, listen, we're gonna catch up, everybody, on our scout projects. Kelly,
I did a teaser.
On his channel, he's already ran his little bit.
I did a little teaser video on Father's Day. Yeah,
I'm so close now.
The pictures that I've seen of yours, man, you're killing it.
That's why I wanted to set up at the
killing it.
garage, because I wanted to be able to have it, like, but I didn't get it done in time. It's John Candy's fault. I was enjoying the movie. And we're low key, so like we don't watch, like we do a lot of classics. Like we don't really watch TV either, but we'll watch a series, like an old series. Like me and my kid are in the 9th or 10th season of X-Files right now.
I thought you were going to say maybe Gunsmoke or something way back in the day.
That's cool too. My dad knows old school TV, man. That's always been his favorite.
Back 12, 14 years ago, whatever it was, maybe. Dude, I would get up on Sunday morning and watch. I would watch religiously Mad Men. I love that series. And The Rifleman would come on before that. That was my Sunday morning thing.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, we didn't have cable growing up, so on those auxiliary channels off the networks, like you would always get a couple channels that weren't the network, and there was always black and white westerns. And I like two kinds of movies, country and western.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
Dad's definitely a old school TV fan, always has been. And then I grew up on it too. Like after school, we didn't have, like I said, I'd have to go to my friend's house for cable. So Leave It to Beaver and all that stuff, man. I mean,
yeah,
it's hilarious because, I was raised at my grandparents' house, and it might as well have been from the same time my dad and uncles were raised, because it was like the house didn't change, neither did the TV, man. It's the same junk on TV in a way when I was growing up there than they were.
You didn't want to have to get up and walk to the TV to change the channel, bro.
Bro, I remember the TV. We didn't have a remote, so it was the click on the TV.
Yeah.
Bro, if it was too early in the morning, I didn't, even as a kid, my blood wasn't flowing yet enough for me to be able to turn it.
Turn the knob. Yeah.
It was so hard. I had to either wait a minute or two-hand it.
Dude, when I was growing up, I was, I guess about the time my dad started me into flying RC planes. Dude, I would sit in front of the TV. My mom would yell at me because I'm too close to the TV. You know what I'm saying? And
they can't get mad at you because you're the one that's got to change the channel.
You're the one that's going to lose your eyesight later in life. I get it. And I was like, the Three Stooges are on, man. Eating pancakes and watching Three Stooges as a little kid, man. That's the way it was.
And I remember once remote controls came along, then people started flipping during commercials.
Oh, yeah.
But before that, and even after, if you flip the channel, it's just going to be a commercial on the other network too.
Yep.
So it's like you'd be watching those commercials like it was part of the show. Jay Huff nailed it. What's up, Chris? B's moving along on that big Tacoma.
Dude, yeah. I see KWRC's in here.
Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Chris Basinger's in here. Hey, what's up?
We're all champions in the ring. Remember Mount Fiji?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
When she sat around the house.
And what was the TV?
Around the house.
Around the house. What was the show? Something Island? Fantasy Island? The plane.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Wrath of Khan.
Bro,
Ricardo Montalban.
Bree and I talk about it all the time. We're like, we grew up in the best years. The 80s, the 90s were the best. I think so, but
not bad at all. Remember when it's funny, I was thinking about this the other day. It's like we still say hang up the phone and everybody understands what you're talking about, but that comes from literally hanging up the phone. Like if you're on a cell phone call and someone hangs up on you, that's what you say.
Right.
But they're not hanging it up. Like,
yeah, you remember the day when you could
hang it up and the bell inside would ring.
Dude, remember the day you got mad at somebody on the phone, you just hung it up as hard as he could, hoping that you'd blow out the eardrum on the other end. We can't do that nowadays.
Bro, and yeah, right. Like, hold on.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
It just doesn't translate the same, because you would hang up one and it would ring the bell inside there too. Like there was like a reverb.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that a few times. Absolutely. We all did. So so bro, not to jump into it, but let's talk about YB Normal Crawler, dude. Kirk, man.
Let's do it.
Those pictures, I haven't seen it in real person yet, but
they look so good.
That Power Wagon, he killed it.
It looks awesome, doesn't it?
Kirk, you killed it, man. Yeah.
You guys want to see what we're talking about? Go to the 3D RC
3D Fab Factory.
Gosh, now I forget what it's called.
See, you wanted to call it that. I wanted to do 3D RC, and you said no, it didn't make rhyme or rhythm. So we went RC 3D Fab Factory.
RC 3D Fab Factory. Yeah. Well, the girls voted, and so did all my kids. And RC 3D won.
That's right, Ty. Let's get some likes. Yeah, there he is. Kirk says, "Thanks, guys. We need to now we're doing the 7 o'clock show. We need to drag him in here Wednesdays.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because
that's a good idea.
Kirk brings a lot of good knowledge, man, to the table with the RC cars and stuff. Dude,
RC 3D awesome. Fab Factory. Check out Kirk's SCX6 Power Wagon and patina. Bad to the bone, dude. Yeah, good job. I was over there the other day. We talked about some of that, and I'm like, with patina, if you go too far or you hate it, you just prepped really good for another paint job. Like especially if you're going at it the way he's doing it, which is what I do sometimes with sanding through the layers of paint. Bro, any of that kind of patina work you do is prep for a paint job later if you don't like it. These are literally scratch and sniff, where as you go paint jobs.
Yes,
and on my new one that I've got, I'm looking at it right here.
I can't wait to see it, bro.
It's not done, but bro, it looks mean. I may leave this one kind of clean. It's already matte finish, which I'm cool. Sun baked. I don't know if I do patina, it's going to be like washes and brush or airbrush. I'm not going to do any sand through on this one, more than likely.
Because brother, it looks so good. You need to leave it alone, brother. Don't do anything to it. That thing looks so good in the pictures I saw.
Imagine this. Like if we get it dirty or I break it and I have to fix it, well, when I fix it, maybe I'll leave that. Like I'll let it really live, instead of doing it ahead of time.
Yep, absolutely. And that's the beauty of all this, It's so fun.
I'm so pumped with this one. Like we were talking, like every new one is the one. Because we've learned so much on the road to it.
Yep.
And we're getting slicker at it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I mean, we're just getting started, Jack. And our first things look pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Kelly's video, man? Because he put up on Father's Day a short run on his Scout. It's looking killer, dude. Roll cage. Yeah, you should be. You should be. That looks killer, dude. That Power Wagon looks awesome. If I had more time in the day, I'd be making one.
Dude, I'll tell you what, that Power Wagon, that file, dude, is a chunky monkey. Dude, when I printed that thing out, I'm like, man, this thing's it's gonna be probably stronger than the Chevys, the 54s.
Really?
It is a thick beast. Yep.
Thick girl.
Yep. Did you see? Did he share the video of him pulling the trailer? He had the Power Wagon on the trailer with his sheriff's Land Rover.
I didn't see that. I don't think
pulling it around the yard. Dude, the wheels on his trailer were kind of squatting, man. That's like, dude, I don't know if I want to pull any of these things on those trailers or not.
A 6?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's heavy. This
Bro,
body, I feel like this body is heavy that I got going.
Yeah, and you know what? This Scout body picked up quite a bit of weight with the 35 different cans of rattle can I had to put on it. And then, surprisingly enough, the aluminum roll bar that I bent by hand and put together, it added a little weight to it. She's kind of a chunky monkey.
I got a lot of product on mine as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see.
And paint.
I'm kind of curious to see how heavy that Power Wagon body is now that he's got that thing done.
At least it's low, right? Like when it's a truck, you already win.
Yeah.
Because, I got the box back on this thing. You've got a roll cage. And I don't know what's heavier. Probably me.
It's hard to say. Kirk said Power Wagon's probably the heaviest of all. Yep. I probably guessed that. It's a beast. Dude, this is awesome. Dude, we got 20. I see 21 in here, man. This is great.
The numbers are already better being this early, and hopefully everybody's giving the like stuff. Yep. And that's just to tell YouTube. I mean, we appreciate it, but it's just to tell YouTube it's worth watching. And I think anyone into this would be glad to be over here. So we want them to discover this community.
Chris, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, we're just over here having fun talking about it. It's just great. I love sharing everything we're doing with everybody and interacting. Yeah, I saw that 4.5 rolls of film so far on that Tacoma. Ooh. But you know what? That's not all bad considering how big that thing is.
No, it's not. And so 13, 15 bucks a roll, $60. That's right on par.
Absolutely.
I think we're about there on these too.
But like I told you the other day on the phone, Ryan, I'm at the point now, if I'm going to do another Slickster style paint job and try to make it look good, I'm really just going to fill the lines with that Bondo paste, sand it. I'm going to put 1 or 2 coats of the primer filler in it and sand it lightly, dry sand it. And then I'm doing the paint and the gloss or the clear coat right after it. And I'm done. This thing turned into a nightmare for me. I brought it up last week about it, and I'm done with trying to make things, wet sand things and let things sit and dry. I don't have the patience for it.
I do.
Yeah, dude, just what Chris just said. Yeah, still way cheaper than a body you can buy from a hobby 100%. Shop for the 6, and it sets it apart. It does. And you know what the best part is? It's yours. It's your creation. It's your finished work. Take pride in it. Drive it around with your chin up, and people will love it.
What are they asking at Jenny's RC for a honcho body? Is it $189 or $289? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Stock one.
Yeah.
By the way, I got one. Anybody needs one, hit me up. $150 shipped.
So Kirk said he just sent the video.
Okay, right on. I'll check that out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and yeah, you can't buy what we're making.
Nope.
You can't. You can't do it. Man, I wanted to get more done, but the show went early. I was hoping I got my rear lights in. I don't have my front lights in. And I need to paint my weather seal. I've already printed off a spacer for the back end between the chassis rails and the floor.
Yep.
So I'm at the mounting point right now. So I'm not gonna put I'll paint the weather stripping on the windows, but I'm not gonna install the windows, which are already pre-cut and waiting. I've already cut them.
Yep.
I'm not gonna put them in until I'm all the way done, because these side windows, driver and passenger windows, are so big you can actually get your arm in there and I'm not going to put windows in those anyway, but like even the side windows on the back, I can get my hands in. Honcho body, $289.97.
Wow.
I'm letting it rip for $150, brand new, never driven,
crazy.
red Honcho body, SCX6, in the box, in the bags, not even dusty. Let me know. It's got all the stuff on it.
Heck yeah. Jake says tornado warnings in Southeast Michigan. How's it going, Jake? Yeah, stay safe up there. We just had that stuff come through here.
Yeah, it
wasn't bad.
It was wild for a minute, but it didn't last. It didn't last. All right, man. Who's showing first?
Seeing as how I've already done a teaser video on mine, go for it.
And that means you should go ahead. Get ready. Go, you go. I'm gonna warm up.
Bro, it's
my coffee, bro.
Brother, it's sitting right next to me right here.
So is mine.
Here, let me turn my camera so you guys can see this thing, man.
That's a good idea, Chris, because I'm still working some of this out. Because I'm on a box back, I gotta decide what I want to do. I can't wait to drive it because right now my ride height, I really like it, but I could almost go a little higher.
There's my rig, brother.
Bro, I'm putting you on solo, and I'm gonna top off this coffee, dude. There you go.
Awesome.
Tell them all about it.
Yeah. So I've got probably 25 coats of paint on this thing. It was a nightmare for the paint. It looks like crap, but it's okay. It's a crawler. Who cares? The roll cage I did out of 3/8 aluminum solid round stock, and I pre-bent both side pieces, that one and this one over here, individually. And I've done a couple different roll cages on previous vehicles and kind of just learned where I'd need to be at for the radiuses. So I got lucky with this one. It's pretty flat, and I used M3 flatheads for bringing everything together, and just strapped everything down with the M3 screws. I got it bolted down to the body here and here on all four sides. These up here I left loose, but they're pretty strong. They're not going anywhere. And the nice thing I like about it is it sits up above the windshield. So I'm protecting this windshield, and it's pretty fragile with not having the roof on it. The other thing I did was redesign the floorboard to have like a square box in the back is all one piece. And then did my little popsicle stick thing from Amazon and created a little bit of a crate in the back and made a stencil on Fusion for my Fragile and painted that on. The seat is out of the 54 Chevy pickup truck, and there's literally about 1.5 inches of space down inside here that it's not covered up. So I had to clear out quite a bit for the motor and transmission on this one. But it does sit right at the rock rails, and that's where I wanted it to be. And it is also hinged at the back, like all the rest of mine with the Honcho is. So, and it's done. It runs good, and I'm happy with it. Just another guy in the fleet.
Let's see the front.
Yeah.
And so your back end where the hinges are, you don't have those pin retainers in the way because you took them off, right?
The pin retainers.
Well,
yeah, where you originally mount with the pins. Yeah, I took that all off.
And so nothing's in the way for you. You were able to use those L brackets.
Yep.
And not lose any, not have to gain any ride height.
Yeah, you can't see it.
I could take mine off, but it's like this is the same chassis that my travel all uses. I don't really want to take those bits off.
Yeah,
But I might need to. I might
Bro,
hit this one.
I did on both of mine just because everything that I've got is all hinged at the
Right.
back and
Exactly.
with the quick release in the front. So I decided to just go with it. And that's how I just do it on every one of them. I'm
Makes
almost
sense.
certain that Kirk does the same thing on all of his. And it works for me. I think it works pretty good for him. And it's just that's how we roll with these, you know. And it's nice because you do it differently. But I took mine off and put them in a bag and put them downstairs in the shop. You know,
Right.
and if
And
I ever want to put them
honestly,
back
man,
on, fine.
out of the few that I've done, 2 of mine have been trucks. So it was really easy for me to go with the battery box and the truck bed on 2 of them.
Right.
The Travelall is this same chassis where I actually use the pins, repurposed what I had.
Yep.
And then my trucks, I've bolted them down.
So,
But on this one, I can still bolt it down. But if I do, I'm going to have to take the body off to change the battery.
Yep, I get it. And that's, you know,
looks
why I
good.
don't want to take the body off of it, you know. But
Yeah.
so that you can see a little bit down in there. I'm still
So
trying to
what?
figure out. I'm still thinking about covering it up. I got some ways to do it. I just haven't done it yet. But I'm happy with it the way it is, and it's different than yours. You know, I'm coming back on.
100%.
It's just so much different than yours, and that's what I like about this. And I can't wait to do a run video with the two.
And my interior, I mean, I've got a seat and I'm going to have a driver, but I'm not, my back end's full, you know, but I'm not worried about the floor. And that file that I got from you for the front,
Yep,
under the dash,
did that work?
I don't know how it's too big.
It shouldn't be.
It is.
That doesn't too big. What way? Lengthwise or width?
Width. And I can fix that easy. But I don't know if I care. I'm not going to see it.
But it printed out fine. So guys, what I did different, because there's times that I'll go into Mesh Mixer and clear out everything that I want gone off of the floorboards, so I got room to be able to come down and get over the top of all the electronics. So what I've been doing is going back. Some of them I'd like the Blazer body. It's cut with a cut through anything saw, and it looks like crap underneath. But I did go back to the floorboards and clean everything up. That's why I said Pete's Blazer I printed off for him looks really commercial. It looks nice, and it fit really well from what I understand from him. But more importantly, what I did was when I do some of those mesh mix things and cut things out, it'll create like a non-manifold, they call it, error. And my Creality software and my Windows software will fix that. So I don't have those, you know, voids. Well, I've been giving Ryan some of these files and he's been having issues. So we talked on the phone the other day and he's like, you know, brother, why don't you take and see if you can save it once you repair it, save it as a new STL file and send it to me and see if it'll work. So that's what we did. And Ryan, you didn't have any problems with printing that out, right? It came out fine.
It came out good. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, there it is.
I got to back up to get it.
Big yellow.
Let me try to get wide enough to show it. Bro.
Dude, that you did a phenomenal job on that white and black line on the side of that. It looks so good. I mean, the whole truck just looks phenomenal.
I'm digging it, man. I am digging it.
The only thing you need is some silver wheels, bro.
I got what I got. But I gotta do my weather. That's gonna pop once I do my weather stripping. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I gotta throw the Scout logo there. I got it. The 3D print emblem. It's gonna be sick.
No, it looks fantastic. Fantastic.
The seat's big. I got my guy started. He's huge, bro. He's huge.
I told you you're putting the Incredible Hulk in that thing. You were giving me crap about having Baby Matt in mine, dude. That thing's gigantic.
No, but this is right. Yours is a little kid.
That's crazy.
You look at a real one, bro. The dude's hats are always in the roof.
That's nuts.
Yeah, where's the head on this dude? I'll put him in here real quick. Hold on.
Mr. Ramsey, thanks for the comment about mine. I appreciate it.
I've lost my head, bro. Where'd he go?
Jeez.
I'm working on the dash a little bit.
So is that white then? And you're going to accent in silver or what?
It's dirty white and sanded and patinaed up a little bit.
Right on.
Where's my? There it is,
bro. You guys show me, what did you do different with your gas caps? I see there's something in the center of the gas cap. What'd you do?
Wood.
We can get to that, but I'm just curious to see what it looks like.
I'll try to get it closer too in a minute. I'm gonna put this guy in here for scale, so you can see him.
Armless Matt. You gotta love
it. See it? That's like right. Maybe a hair tall, but that's right, bro. Then shoulder socket. Let's go.
So then I need to print out a high chair for my guy then, because I'm not.
Print out a couple of phone books, dude. You'll be good. Yeah. So I used the same gas caps as you.
Yep.
And then I had little tiny pieces of wood, and I shaped them and put them in the middle, bro.
That looks. I can just see it.
Yeah.
It looks good. Just a little bit of definition.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just a little bit, and I'll take this body off and get it close to the camera in a second. But bro, I'm so pumped about the masking I did on the stripe.
Dude, you killed it.
Airbrush. I painted rattle can on the whole thing, and airbrushed the white and the black. It's on my. I got a reel of it or short form content of it.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
But yeah, dude, once my window weather seals are done, the Scout logo's on, I'm pretty much there.
Chris said, we'll just say it's Richard Hammond driving your Scout.
Look at that.
Yeah, bro, it looks great, man. That silver, it just touches it off perfectly on the bumper. That's great.
Come on, man. And like this is my grandpa's truck paint job, like all day. All day.
You know, bro, I'm sitting here looking at you, man, like you're foaming at the mouth to get this thing out and drive it. And I can't blame you because it looks so good. But I'm sitting here thinking too, what's next?
That's a good question, as always.
It's like, what's next? Huh.
Oh,
what's it gonna be?
And I didn't use their bumper. I used the bumper from the Travelall.
Yep.
On the front.
Yeah, it looks stock, bro. Why not?
It's gonna be fine, man.
Well, and the thing is, it's low profile, it's up high, and it's not going to get in the way for your departure and your angles of attack going into hills and stuff. It's gonna be great.
Oh, the approach angle on these is gonna be dynamite, and the departure's not bad at all.
Mine, dude, when I went up over that big ASS stump at my parents' house, it was like, all right, am I going to rip my back bumper off? But dude, it all cleared perfectly. I was like, okay, that's cool. Because that stump was tall. It's big.
It did a great job.
Yeah. Yep. What tires you running on that?
Poncho.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's looking super sick, bro.
There's the gas cap.
Yeah, that looks really good. I think the original ones, don't they kind of have they got a curve to them?
Well, like it depends. They had a thing through the middle like I tried to emulate. And then they have almost a raised round part around the outside.
Yep. Nah, it looks killer, man.
Look at those little stripes on the bottom.
Dude, come on. That thing looks it just looks so good. You did a great job on it, Ryan.
I cannot wait to see the weather stripping, bro. Honestly, like that is gonna be one of my jams. And then, like I said, I already got my plastic spacer plate in it, but I'm digging the lights back there.
Yep.
They're in.
They look great. Now, how did you do your lenses? Red.
It's the stock lenses on the back.
Okay, so you printed the lenses out that were in the file?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when I research these things up and I look at like real scale images of it,
yeah.
They had, so it's not just a red lens, there's a round bit on it as well. You know what I'm saying? Like it's raised.
Oh, okay. It's got a raised cone, like a contour to it.
Yeah, there's the lens, but there's there's like a little donut at the edge.
Gotcha.
Of it, and so yeah, so that's what I did.
Sweet. And then did you print those out in red, or did you spray paint them, or what'd you do?
I do what I always do, which is low key as hell. I just paint them with a brush on the inside and the outside. So I don't see the bulb. I don't want to see the bulb. I just want it to illuminate and glow.
Bro, you won't like my shit because you can see the bulb on the inside.
Well, that's okay. You're a newer looking man. That's blown out.
That yellow's killing it.
That light it's just a bad angle.
Dude, you know what? My battery's hooked up. I'm gonna turn this thing on. Hope it doesn't take off on me, but check this out, bro.
Let's see.
Let's see if the lights come on. No, I'm gonna have to get my radio. But you can see, let me grab my radio.
Do it.
And then I'm gonna accidentally hit the gas and I'm gonna cause a disturbance over here.
But if I'm on a hinge one, this would be the one I'd do it to.
Yeah, for sure.
But what's cool is it's going to be real easy to run the wires. You know what I did for lights on this one? I was like, you know what? I'm not soldering anything right now. I don't have heat sink. I don't have the lights that I usually use. I had 2 sets of 10-3 lights.
Oh.
And so each corner has 2 bulbs in it. Normally I'd split them up and solder and do all this bullshit.
Yep.
But I was like, no, I'm not doing it. And then my front lenses, I spray painted the inside white because you know me, I like to diffuse them.
Right.
I don't want to see the bulbs. So gotcha. or pinpoint. So
now they're on, bro. Here you go. You probably can't see it. It's blown out.
It never shows up through camera like it does in real life. They probably look red to you, but to me, they don't.
Hold on, bro. Let's see if we can do it this way.
It's redder. It's still redder.
You can't see
bright. Those are bright.
You can't really see it. Dude, the headlights are super bright because they're clear lenses. I use the polycarbonate as the headlight lens. You can see the bulbs back in the back, but they're bright, dude. Super bright.
Yeah, I just used 2 10-3 kits. So I didn't have to solder at all. So there's 2 bulbs in each corner, which to me, another reason why I want to diffuse the lenses so well.
Right on.
So I learned on a couple of these first ones that I wished I had painted the inside also. And so I did. The red lenses in the back are red on both sides, a couple coats of just red airbrush paint brushed on. And it's kind of flat already. I could almost, lenses make sense in a way to be shiny.
They do.
So and guess how I can do it? I can do it with CA dries shiny.
Yes, it does.
And that's how I tricked out my handles.
Bro, as long as you don't use kicker, because if you use that zip kicker, it turns it like a milky white.
I don't use
color.
that brand, and I never have that white business. I use the Bob Smith stuff, and it never whites out like that.
Dude, bro, that's what I have is the Bob Smith stuff. And
It doesn't white out for me, bro. I don't know why.
It does for me.
I use the Bob Smith kicker,
Yep.
the Bob Smith glue, and I don't. It doesn't do it to me.
I don't use the Bob Smith glue. I don't have the money for that. I use some cheap ass stuff on Amazon. That's probably why.
That's probably why.
That's probably why my truck fell apart when you decided to T-bone me and yours didn't. Francis, yeah, oh snap, Ryan was supersized. Ha!
I'm pumped about all of that. Like, you know me, I go crazy. Like, I sand and file the hinges, the door handles, the gas cap.
You get it, dude, bro. You get into it, man. You go after it.
My handles are smooth, bro. My door, and they do not print off that way. The small stuff, the lines are awful, and it's rough. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? No way. That's the accent bits. And so I'll sand it down. I'll knock it down a little bit by hand, and then I'll get a couple coats of silver paint on it, and then I CA it.
And I remember you telling me that.
And then I finish sand it high grit, and I don't even have to paint it again.
Nice.
So they're silver. They look patinaed, but now they're smooth.
Bro, and then you take it out in the woods and you knock them off, and then you can't find them.
I don't know. Those are in there, dude.
Dude, mine did not fit because I didn't want to take the time to whittle out the 3/8 of an inch of paint and
mine are in deep all the way, bottomed out. But I had to sand and file and do a lot to make them fit in there.
Yep. Yeah, mine are not. So yeah, I'll be the first one that loses them. Then we'll have to get the bleep situation going.
And then when I glue them in, I try to not use very much, but right. I'll do it from the bottom out of sight. So yep. if I do goober it up, it's not obvious. Unless
don't do what I did. You won't like mine. You won't like mine, bro. I'm the farthest thing from scale building over here, brother.
Bro, honestly, I wish sometimes that I didn't go so crazy, but I'm always happy I did. You know?
Right. Fred McCauley, what's up? How you doing tonight?
I put more Bondo on this. I did more applications than I wanted to, but I did learn a lot. And we talked about this last week. I usually am so excited to get paint on it that I'll get paint on it before it's ready. And so I spent a lot of time filing and sanding and working it before I ever got paint on it this time.
Mm-hmm.
And I still did a couple, and still once I put paint on it, it shows me what needs more attention, and I'll hit it again.
Yep.
But at least I only hit with Bondo twice this time instead of like 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's awesome. What about the facets on the top of the fenders? Gone?
What facets?
There you go. Awesome.
and whatever, I don't think they're not there anymore, man.
I can't wait to take these trucks.
They're not there anymore, and I go for flat finish. So whatever, maybe I didn't get nailed perfect, you can't tell.
That's fantastic.
I can't wait for folks to see the videos and the close-ups and the detail shots. Yep. I did some serious. This is the only 2-color paint job I've done like this, right? White and yellow. I don't have any black roofs or anything. So
yeah,
I did a lot of masking on this.
Yeah, you did.
And it worked out, bro.
Yeah, no, you killed it. You knocked it out of the park on that one. Like I said, you know what? I can't wait for the run video with these 2 trucks because they're the same file, but they are completely different. And I love that. Absolutely love it.
I do too. What's next?
A lot of floating on a boat, a couple Miller Lights to think about it. How's that for an answer?
Well, you brought it up.
Maybe we can do some float flying soon too, and mix it up a little bit.
I would love to. I would love
we need
to.
to.
Oh yeah, Francis.
Francis, yeah.
And I found a full scale. So interesting, you know, it's a 1971 rare paint scheme Snowstar collaboration with Meyer Snowplows paint job on a 65 Scout. So what? It's still a Scout 800. You can't hardly tell, right? But I was like, dude, this is the time for me to do this paint job.
Truly was. And you killed it. Did a great job.
I was aiming on doing the truck version, but they didn't have a 71 at Bezrodny Files yet. And so I just hadn't picked up a new file. And Kelly started doing this build off before he told me he was doing the build off. And all of a sudden I had a bunch of emails with files in it. And I'm like, all right. And
let's go.
Let's go. And man, I'm telling you, I was like, these facets, I'm like, I don't know. And there were some weird thin spots and everything.
Bro,
I did a lot of. You didn't do the windows or the box back, so you didn't see what I was working with on these A pillars and stuff. They were garbage.
That's crazy, bro.
But they're good.
And you know what's crazy about it is that what I was going to say was I'm overly impressed that you have knocked this thing out in what, 4 weeks and not 4 months. So
yeah,
kudos to you, man. That's
thanks. Well,
awesome.
Here's the deal: the show and you is I always want to have something else done for the show, right?
Well,
and then now I'm close enough. Like, dude, I'm literally at the front lights and the windows, like I say, which I think we all hate doing windows, but they're all cut. And I've developed a way that I like to do my windows now where I don't really get it wrong anymore. And square flat windows are way easier than anything with a radius too, by the way.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
And this has that.
Yep.
And I will mask off the weather stripping and brush it on with my not quite black stuff. And last thing I do is going to be put the windows in. But yeah, I'm so close. I got to develop. I want to get my back dialed in. Like I said, I made the spacer plate. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to hinge it or not. If I'm going to hinge it, I got to take off those body pin retainers, which I use on the travel all. But as long as I don't lose them, it's fine. It's 2 screws or whatever. It's no big deal. Maybe it's 4 screws, but it's.
Brother, rather than taking those off, why don't you just leave them where they're at and put the L brackets on the back and do the quick release clip on the front and just slide it in like you did on, was it the Chevy you did that with, where you use the clip as like the main point of holding your front end down?
Chevy and the Ford. Yeah.
Yeah. Slide it in and then drop it down and then put your 2 bolts in through the L brackets underneath and be done. You could leave the post mounts on, right, when you do that?
No, I got to take them off to do the L brackets. They're in the way.
Are you going to put the back window in it?
Yes.
And you're going to put all the windows in except for the driver's side and the passenger side?
So what I thought I would do, which would still be like the way I do it, but quick, if I run bolts through it from the top, but glue them in, all I got to do is spin a couple nuts and I can undo it at the back.
That's probably your best bet, Ryan.
That, unless I can just stick my arms through the windows and do the battery like that, which honestly I could maybe do. Like if I just go out with 2 batteries in it already, and if I run out, I'll just unplug it and plug it into the other one.
Are you're putting the batteries in the back on the inside?
No, man, in the stock location if I can.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Kirk said put the L brackets on the rear and then stock pins up front. But he's Ryan's saying though, Kirk, that he can't use the L brackets with the pin, the receps on the back for the pins.
But I can take them off. I just don't want to lose them because I need them for the travel all. It's not a big deal. I mean, honestly, it's more of a concern losing them than
Right.
than
Absolutely.
anything. Like I should literally take them off, bag them, and wire tie it to the travel all or something.
Yep, that's what I would do. I was just going to suggest that.
Because I'm not going to lose the rear pins for the travel all. The travel all mounts up like a Wrangler because I use the interior for the Wrangler in the travel all.
Bro, I think you nailed it. I think you really just need to put bolts, like you said, down through the inside of the floor and then just put nuts once you go through the
and
the
all
pin
the
resets.
concern is to hold the bolts still. So once they're in,
right,
they can be glued, epoxied, whatever, and they're going to be the pins.
Yep.
And then
100%.
Easy.
That's what I would do.
Easy.
Yep. For that one and the way you mount all the rest of them of yours,
that's what I was thinking about doing, and just leaving those pins.
Bro,
the receps.
Tonight at about 10 o'clock when you start getting fired up and you're coming to and waking up for the day, you're going to finish this thing tonight while you're watching Matt and Josh. I can sense it, man.
I spent a little time in Tinkercad last night and a bunch of time on the floor laying under the truck taking measurements for this. It doesn't look like a big deal, but it's just right. This pad that fills the gap between the chassis and the bottom of the Action.
Yep.
Perfectly. No side to side, nothing. So
sweet.
Yeah.
No, that's perfect.
I got to come up with something for the front, but I wanted to get the back right and then and that's why I won't glue in my that's why I'm not doing the lights yet on the front or gluing in my grill, because it's nice being able to see and have access there.
Yep. Bro, that grill that you did and put the Scout logo on the front, if I wouldn't have cemented my grill in already with 3 pounds of Gorilla Glue and super glue and everything in between, I would bust this thing out and redo mine and do the international and different lettering, or do something different, like just with international.
Yeah.
And put it on, just do my own style of lettering on the grill. But this one's done, dude. I don't have a choice because I'd rip the whole truck apart getting that grill out.
Well, the way we drive, you may get another chance.
Well,
you may end up with another chance, man.
Hey, man, if I get T-boned again because I'm rear-ending people out driving around, then I deserve it. I can do that.
I don't want to break this one.
Don't let me drive behind you. Make sure I'm in the lead, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Pretty pumped, man. Pretty pumped. And I love being able to repurpose so much. Like, these lenses on the front are not the ones that were in the files. They're like travel all lenses. The buckets, you made the buckets for the back, I think.
Yeah, I did. Did those fit pretty good for you in that?
Yes, and I printed them off 2 different ways. I got deep ones and shorties, and I ended up working the shorties in.
Nice.
It didn't matter, but I thought, let me do a shorties. I tested it, and I was like, I'll still be able to get the lenses on without getting into the bulbs too much.
Yep.
And I just hot glue that stuff in. Like, I basically hot glue the bulbs in and get the lenses in all at once. That way, nothing's wrong.
Yep. See, on this one, I usually hot glue mine in with black glue, obviously. But this one here, I didn't have to use the black hot glue. So I thought, you know what, before I put the lenses on, I'm just going to put a little CA around I inserted the bulb in and then just put a little touch of CA around on the inside there. And I don't think I ever have to worry about them coming apart. But I like the black hot glue because it if you got any light coming through on the backside,
Oh,
it
nice.
covers that up.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And I definitely will have light coming through unless I do something.
Kirk's leaving us, man. Have a good night. Have a good night, Kirk. He said that we need to do a live at his house, man, on the rocks.
Let's do it.
The rock quarry that kills trucks.
It only kills your guys' trucks.
Whatever. No, I figured out how to drive, and so now I know that when you get it into a pinch, you don't throttle out of it.
If you get bound up there, you better just grab it. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Dude, that reminds me, I'm selling my Vanquish.
Are you?
Bro, I need it. I need it gone.
Are there any trucks that they sell at the Pot of Gold show?
There's guys that show up with stuff, yeah.
No.
It's mostly a plane show, but
right.
Guys show up, yeah. Would try. I bought 10 scale buggy to race there for cheap.
Got my wheels turning. When is that show?
Pot of Gold, I don't know, man.
September?
Yeah, something like that.
Nice.
Something like that. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out the front. It's I may try. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet on the front. I got to design something with either pins in it or mesh that clicker into a chunk.
The clip, bro. The way you'll have to see mine. The way this mounted, because it's not super wide. It's probably 3.5 inches at the top. The actual bar, the mounting bar, and I took and heated that thing up with the torch just a little bit, just enough that it would make the contour. And I put that thing in place and smashed that thing up against the inside of the body, so it basically follows the contour of the inside of the body.
What's it attached to on the truck?
It's right below. Well, it's right below the grill, and it's meaty right there. So that's where I attach mine at. But it's unique because it comes down and then it snakes. It kind of goes parallel or to the ground, and then it curves back around 90, and it's super easy to unlock and lock because of the way it's sitting. It works like a champ. I wish every one of mine were this easy.
But the back of the bumper, like it's an angle. So
are you talking about the actual bumper, or are you talking about
the front end of the
doghouse front end, like the actual
the truck body?
Yeah, dude, it's perfect. Perfect.
Because it's an angle, so I'm like, how are you gluing that in?
That's why I'm saying I heat mine up a little bit, and then I make it fit
like this, and then this thing is bent way back.
Yes. Yep.
I got it.
Way back.
I got it.
And that's why I'm saying it's parallel to the ground, and it's just super easy. It's got a lot of movement without much stress on that joint where I adhered it to the body.
Yeah.
It works so good. Works great.
That's awesome. I've got good access up here. If I'm able to do pins, it will be easy to get to them. So,
do the pins.
I'll try. I mean, we'll see. I got to design a whole. What I want to make is a piece that goes. It can connect at the bumper or have a glue joint at the bumper, but I want it to connect and glue to the under the hood too.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So
something that has the pins that go down through the. I got you.
Yeah, either the pin. Usually, I'd multiple do it, so it'll be pins and something that sits on the cross member.
Yep.
That way, if the pins are wrong and I need to break them off or they break, I've got a redundancy, something I can zip tie or bolt through. And I'll have to test that battery deal situation. How hard is it to change a battery if they're all I got to do is pull the leads? Because at home, I don't mind undoing a couple bolts to get batteries in.
Right.
But out on the trail,
Yeah.
if I've got two in there, I'm good. We only ever change batteries once. I only ever change them once.
Yeah, in a 4-hour run, yeah. I mean, we'll change after a couple hours. Yeah. J Man says, "Sup? How's the truck looking?"
Follow me on social to find out.
Yeah.
Good, bro. Real good. We
Looks
just showed
great.
him a little bit ago. Looking super pumped about him.
Bro, I'm going out Saturday morning.
Come on.
That thing's crazy.
Wait for the weather stripping, bro. I'm telling you, those black lines around the windows are going to be like chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss, man.
Chef's kiss. Yeah, we got lacrosse stuff going on this weekend, man.
Yep, we're going to IHOP for breakfast or somewhere, and then we're hitting the trails.
Where are you guys going to?
I think we're going to go to Oxbow this time. Because
if you went to Balgo, I would try to meet you when I freed up.
I mean, we can. I would actually rather go to Balgo because I want to run that creek bed.
I love that creek bed. And
right.
in the summer, it's going to be the only thing without weed. It's either the trails or the creek bed because the rest will be weeded out.
Exactly.
By now. So it's the trails and that creek bed. The creek bed's the only way to get anything to climb on there.
Yep.
Because
and here's the thing. So Bree's brother, I've been on him about this because he's a car buff. And I'm like, brother, you need to come out with me and check this out. So I told him, I was like, the other guys are all busy. I want to get out. And he's like, let's go. So I'm taking the black bug truck and I'm putting old trusty gray beat up Land Rover body on chassis number 1, take the Scout off and put that on chassis number 1. And we're going to go out and beat some stuff up.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Our goal was to be driving these this weekend, you and I.
Yeah. We'll have to wait. We may have to try and figure out time the following weekend.
Yeah. I'm going to drive it in my yard the minute it's ready.
Do what I did, man. Do a teaser shorty. And then we'll take them both out together and rip them.
I'm pumped. I need to, if I could make that little Snowstar decal for the doors.
Bro, did you ask Kirk about that?
No, not yet. I want to find a really good vector image of it if I can.
Gotcha.
That's just so iconic, man. That Snowstar logo, dude.
Well, you're so close to having it just chef's kiss perfect. You got to have that. You got to have that on there.
I got to.
Yep. For sure.
That's all it's missing. And you asked me earlier about the what that was down here badge. I think it said Scout 80 or 800 is probably what that was.
Was that like some special badge for that Snowstar edition? Because I don't see that on a lot of the
No,
80s.
I think it was just the decals. They only did it 1 year, 71. So it was the snowplow package. So yeah, and that paint. And I think the paint is also Meyer, not necessarily international. So it was like a limited kind of rare deal. They did some Scouts and those long bed trucks.
Yep.
And it apparently was just 71 from what I, learned quickly on the internet. All you gotta do is watch a couple videos. You can be a pro at anything.
Right? Exactly. Yeah, you can find anything on Google.
I'm telling you. If you don't like the answer, just keep looking.
Right?
You'll
Exactly.
find the one you want to hear.
Right?
So,
Dude, speaking of YouTube, I watched that video. When did it come out? Yesterday? Of Josh driving that stinking skid steer around. Did you see that?
I haven't.
He was like running around picking up gravel and I don't know in a bed somewhere and dumping it in something. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But he FPV'd that thing, and that's what he spun his Sunday show off of on the whole fusion thing.
Okay. Designing
And
that.
yeah, I need to go watch that and absorb that. I enjoy that, watching that thing, because he's doing some stuff there that I typically try to do in the Autodesk Mesh Mixer that we can do in Fusion, and I need to kind of learn that a little bit.
I do too. Because when I do get into making stuff, you should have seen, I didn't get it right anyway. Close. There's 2 dimensions at the back where this plate butts up against. So the bumper, it's not in the same spot as the plane of the body back end where I'm butting.
Yep.
And so I measured from the bumper one instead of the other one. So I was wrong by just a little bit. But I was like, these holes in here, if I didn't mess that part up, they would have been perfect.
Dude, why don't you send me the dimensions you want on that, and I'll throw that together in like Fusion in
It's done.
minutes.
It's already done.
Oh, you got the holes where you want them now?
No, I'll drill new ones.
Oh, okay.
I'll drill new ones, but I was close to being right. And the way that I got the holes at least centered this time, perfect. They're in the wrong spot, but they were at least congruent in their wrongness. So I had all these measurements I took, and I knew what the big measurement was, and then I knew the inside measurement on the holes and the outside measurement of the holes. So these, I had this box, another box, and another box stacked up. And the intersection and corner lines told me where, I knew that was right. That's where the holes go. And so, with an understanding of Fusion, I could have done that so much simpler without the necessity to stack up boxes to get the points in the right spot.
Dude, yes.
And then remove those boxes once I was done.
Yeah, something like that in Fusion take me like 2 minutes. That's super easy. Hey, Francis, have a good evening, man. Thanks for coming by. What's up, Del?
What up? So yeah, early shows now is what we're going to try Wednesday, and we'll be done by 9 or before is the goal.
Yeah.
Yep.
We can listen to Josh and Matt and work on our stuff.
Well, my kids are still up. Usually, the reason I always start my streams when I do is because I'm not missing anything.
Yep. No, and I appreciate you taking the time out to do this earlier.
Well, there's multiple reasons now for this ulterior motive, but it's one night. It's okay. So, but when I'm done at 9, they're still up.
That's awesome.
So, because at 9:30, 10-ish is when they're going to bed. So, yeah.
Well,
they're already bugging me about which old school show to watch.
Nice. And to think back, a couple months ago, you were doing 2 shows a week. It's nice to do one, and we got a good influx of people coming in, saying hi, and watching us tonight, and we're just getting started.
Yeah,
and
I think 7 is a good idea, and it makes sense for a lot of reasons. We already had better numbers in here earlier than we've had on the other ones. Yeah. And I think the timing is hugely important, and I think it has the opportunity to catch up. You're not going to peel 300 people away though from that show, so
No, absolutely not.
Catch them early.
Yeah, they want to come in and say hi and hang out with us, see what we're up to. We're just a couple crazy rats over here trying to
make trucks,
just do cool stuff.
Yeah, I so what's next for me is probably I got that trimmers truck I was going to do, the big one.
Yeah, I thought about that when I asked you about that.
And so it's sitting here kind of ready. So that'll be my next thing. And then the garage thing itself, with those windows, that's cool. So I want to
absolutely
do some things to doll it up, because what a cool backdrop for the shots, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what? Let me send a couple to we'll put them up. Hold on a minute. I can send a couple to the stream.
Bro, you know what? I think we need to just take a break from some of this. I know you want to finish at Tremor's truck, and I said I was going to take a break when the boat went in the water, and that didn't happen, obviously. But I think we need to get out a little bit more often. I'm starting to Jones. I'm having some jonesing problems of getting out with you guys and go run the trails with these things. And I think we need to enjoy them for the summer and wait till wait till fall comes. And you know what? When winter comes, bro, I need to give you that snowblade, and you can paint that thing yellow with that same color and put a mire, get a mire.
When I get the Snowstar stickers or whatever made, I'm going to get 3, one for each door, and one goes on the front of the snowblade.
Yep. And give you that blade, and you can put a couple new servos on that thing. And the way I got it set up, it goes right up through the bumper holes, and you're not using those, right?
No, not
so.
Well,
those are,
I don't think so.
Those
not
are
yet.
Those are open, so you just put that up in there and put the 2 grub screws in there and hook up the servos, and you're done.
I'm going to send this picture to myself. Hold on a minute. I'll show you this, you guys. All right, let's see. Live trail.
Bro, while you're doing it, I'm going to get a cup of coffee, bro.
Do it. Let's see. All right. Yeah. I can share this now. Check out the factory. That's just one shot, but fake garage door. I got 3 windows like that in there. And that's real. I mean, it's like a window, bro. That's outside for real there. Let's see. My bad. Come on. It'd be nice if I knew what I was doing. There we go. Yeah, so I got to print off some stuff to fill up this garage, but it's basically a 6 scale garage. I made it for these big ones, and I'll force perspective for the smaller ones. But pretty excited about it, actually. And I'm just reusing what I have. I made the windows out of wood I ripped on a table saw. The garage door is throwaway headboard and footboard of a bed that came broken. And then the walls are 3/4 construction foam, which I use for all kinds of stuff, actually. I paint on it on buffet tables and sand and do all my work, and I can stick my tools in it, and I don't mess up the buffet table and whatever like that. Check it out, dude.
What?
Oh, it's bigger than that. But yeah,
Dude,
there's 3 of those windows.
Bro, you took me seriously the other night when I was like, hey, we're going media blackout until Wednesday, bro.
I didn't send it. I mean, the only thing I did was that little post on YouTube.
Brother, that looks so good.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
And I masked off those panel lines that the front clip because there would have been a seam there. So that faint little line on the front behind the bumper that goes vertical, I got one of those on both sides and on the back.
Yep.
And then, dude, those lines on the bottom at the rocker, what a pain in the butt those were. But I had to do them, man, because the one I'm scheming after had that.
That's cool, man. That looks so good. You know what you need? A drop light hanging down.
I want to do fake little mini floodlights.
I know you're going to do all kinds of stuff. Kirk did that with his
garage.
Yeah, the one that he did. He has.
Man, he's going to use that for a backdrop on his builds.
Brother, he's got the lights hanging down with the electrical cord, basically, with like overhead, like fluorescent shop lights. It looks so good. Nice.
I just turn my ring light that way is all I do. Because that is right next to me.
Dude, it looks like a real garage right there. It's crazy with the windows up there.
Isn't it nuts?
Yeah. I almost want to turn my formal dining room into something like that and use this ping pong table I'm sitting at right now.
I'm going to send one more to you.
Holy cow.
To us. Let me find another. I'm going to find one that's got all 3 windows in it.
Do it.
Yeah, I went stupid on this. And the body's just sitting on that chassis loose, so it's not like it's not squared up, man, which drives me crazy on the arches. It's just sitting on it. It's not right. But that's another reason why I didn't post them.
Right?
Because I'm crazy.
I get it. 100%.
I'm going to send this one too. Hold on.
Bro, I'm actually going back to see if I can find a picture of Kirk's.
Oh yeah, send it to me if you get it.
Yeah, if I can find it, I'll send it to you because it's just you'll get all kinds of good ideas. He did a great job with his. I mean, there's so many guys out here that are doing these garages that it's like RC every day. His is phenomenal.
It is, but it's not 6 scale though.
No, you're going all out, man, with the 6 scale. Dude, you got to have a house and a home to do that too. With these things. That's why I said a couple weeks ago, Bree bought this baker's rack for me for Christmas. She was like, "We need something to put these things on." And she walked in here a couple weeks ago and she was like, you got a little bit of a problem. And I'm like, yeah, no. I got a ton.
There you go.
Camped out on this. Come on. Dude.
That's a good shot of the gas cap too.
Yeah, it is.
But I'm sitting right on the rockers like you, right on the rock rails.
That looks so good. It looks like it's really like legitimately sitting in a garage.
Bro, when I get those stupid weather stripping done and the windows in it, I'm like, I cannot wait for that to be done. That's like the coup de grace.
That's crazy. It looks.
I'm so happy with that. And bro, that little tiny bit on the gas cap, come on, man.
It has a nice little touch to it for sure.
And I did not go crazy on that black and white stripe the way the real one is, but I emulated it.
Yeah, you did, but you did a great job at doing it.
I didn't do it exactly because it would have been just.
But who in the hell's gonna like grill you about it? Nobody. They're gonna look at it and go, "Dude, you nailed it." If they know anything about these Snowstar trucks.
And look how thin I did the panel lines on the front and rear.
Yeah,
this
dude,
small.
Your dad, there's not tall enough caps for what he just said. Nice. It looks so good.
My comments are not regenerating. Hold on.
I mean, that thing just looks phenomenal.
How's come they're not? The last one I saw was Linden 6 minutes ago.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, no, you're behind times, bro.
How is that? Trying to do too much,
bro.
Yeah, dude, that's that marigold yellow. It's actually a gloss, but I hit it with the matte, and then I didn't wet sand it this time. I greeny weenie scrubbed it and knocked the shine down a little bit more.
It looks great
from that matte. But dude, yeah, you don't see the facets really, and all that chatter that was in those files.
Bro, you get that thing with that big honking snowblade on the front and take it out and put snow up underneath that thing and get it snowed up and bring it in and sit it right there and start letting the clumps of snow drop off of the chassis onto the table and then get a nice shot. It will look like a real
Dad knows that I'm handy enough with mortar and grout to actually make a cement floor on that bitch.
That'll be sick.
And then stain it.
So good.
Because if it was Grandpa's, it guaranteed leaked oil. So, yeah, honestly, man, if I get a snow blade on this thing, I'm gonna post it. Even this one in the summer when I run it, I'm gonna share it to the Full Scale International fan pages on Facebook.
Absolutely, you should.
I guarantee you, someone asks for a custom job.
Yep, absolutely, they will.
I'd do it too, man. But you're gonna pay, homie. You're gonna pay the $5.
You're gonna pay the price. You're gonna pay the price, children. Dude, you think for 1 minute I could find a damn
art,
picture
bro.
of?
I mean, these are art, man. I'm sorry.
It is. It is. It's so unique.
I do not know why I cannot get. I'm gonna get rid of this picture, but yeah, guys, how cool is that?
I wouldn't. That thing looks sick sitting there.
I want my comments to come back, bro. I don't know what's going on.
What you need to do is, well, we need to get a couple. The bug truck, your Snowstar, and one other unique something, and get them in there, and like they're all parked in that garage. That would be a killer background picture, bro.
Yes, it would. And it's not that big a table. I kind of need to make it bigger, but I also have to leave myself room to the air conditioner, which is Auto Trader. Dude, that's hilarious.
Sell it on Auto Trader. Yeah, you could probably get 45 bones for that, 45K bones.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be a scamming situation right there.
Full size and it looked this good.
Just sell it as a full size truck. Just take some pictures of it sitting in there like that. Sell it as full. That's a hell of a scam right there.
Well, I'll sell it for $3,500 as is, and they'll be like, "Are you forgetting? Are you forgetting a zero?"
Nice.
Like, no, it's only 30 inches long.
Bro.
Or whatever it is.
You think I could find a damn picture of his garage? Dude, I don't have any.
Yep, 30. I was 31. That's crazy, guess. Yeah, man. Good times. Good work.
Awesome.
Now what?
Awesome.
Yeah, we gotta figure out our 10 scale deal sometime. But you know what? We gotta live too. So it's like I'm dying to run it. My Chevy's only ran once. You know what I mean?
Your Chevy with the 6 scale?
Yeah.
It's all right.
I love that thing though. I love how that turned out as well.
If you know what, man, if you never drive it again, so what? Sell the body and somebody will buy it and get some good use out of it. Who cares?
I mean, I'd like to drive it one more time, but I'd let it rip for 12 hundo. The body only. I'll sign it.
Heck yeah, that's what I would do.
I mean, I can't.
Dude,
if you want art prices, you gotta sell it like it is.
Kirk Spiral wagon under construction.
That looks so good, bro.
That picture doesn't do it justice.
No, it doesn't.
Awesome.
It's on Facebook though, and it looks really good.
Yeah, for sure.
I got to get my Scout logos glued on before I lose them. Dang it, man.
Easiest thing that I've ever done was glue those on. And I told you what I did. I used a piece of blue painter's tape, and I laid them down how exactly I wanted them to sit or be glued to the truck, because they're in two pieces, right?
Yes.
And I took a piece of painter's tape and come down on them and just kind of went fast and just stuck them to the painter's tape. And then I put just a little bit of glue on the back side of the emblem. And I took it and just got it right, because you can see it. You can see it through the painter's tape, and just stuck it right on. So you don't have to glue them separately. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. Yes.
That's how I did mine. I thought it was probably the easiest way to go without making them look like garbage trash, like I like to do shit. So
yeah, they don't need a lot of glue. That's the kind of thing you want enough glue to hold it on and then walk away. That's the kind of thing that I really actually like the matte clear to help. Like after I hot glue in those lenses on the back, I run a bead of the CA2. They're not going anywhere, bro.
Nope, not at all. Yeah, like your dad just said, one of a kind. It is
one of a kind, bro. I couldn't, even if I was making two at once, they'd still be that.
Dude, that Snow Star right there and my black bug truck running together at Axial Fest, dude, we would turn some heads, bro. Hate to say it, but we would.
You know what's funny is Father's Day. I'm working on this. I worked a lot on it Saturday and Sunday. I had a great weekend of chilling. I tried to call Dad. I didn't catch him, but we'll have to connect. But bro, I was done. I mean, I've been on it all weekend, and then it's done, and I'm like, all right, now I got to deal with if I'm gonna do this stripe or not. And dude, like we talk about not being patient. I mean, I was painting that morning, like stuff is still fresh-ish. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it, because if I don't do it now, I never will. And so I started, I took a couple look at the pictures on internet, and I'm like, okay, so the stripe's about as wide as the hinge, and it goes right there. Okay, cool. And you got that little ridge on the back that gives you a guideline, and then up the front, it goes right under the hinge. I didn't have the gas caps on yet on purpose, so I didn't have to weird cut around that. So it's full pieces of tape, man. And then I set those lines, and then I set the ends where I wanted them. And I've learned this too with the airbrush. It's like, let me do the white first. Let me do the white first, because if I'm going to do two colors, do the light color first, because if it contaminates the dark, it's not the end of the world, but you'll never get the white
exactly over the black
unless you completely clean the gun out like it's the end of the day.
Right. Yep.
So I did the white first. And then
good thinking.
And then I didn't wait very long. And I did the black then right away. And it's airbrush, so and it's outside, so it's drying pretty quick. And then I'm like, I got to do these vertical stripes now. And I'm looking at the picture again, and I'm like, golly, there's a million of them, and they graduate from loose down to so tight it becomes black.
Yep.
I'm like, nope, doing that many.
Right.
So I let the tape this width be the guide basically, and so set up on a point and did one, and then there's the other side, and I'm like, okay, well, there's already a piece of tape there now, so I'll let that be one. So I did like kind of 4 or 5 far apart this wide.
Yep.
Then I split the difference a couple times, and then I tightened one up a little bit more closer to the black, and I'm like, that's it. That's fine.
Yeah, because then you got a visual aid. You can see where you need to be.
And I don't need to make it exact. I just need to make it do similar.
Yeah, it's subtle. Just a little bit goes a long way with those.
Every little tiny one of those stripes got masked.
Ugh. All I can say is nice job, man.
But I still had all the masking on from the stripe in the first place. So all I had to do was these tapes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because the long way masking was there. And the airbrush is so easy to control, unlike a rattle can.
Yep.
It's not all over.
Yep.
So it worked out, dude.
Yep.
It worked out.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be going soon, guys. It's 8:40. We don't have to stay till 9. We'll probably dip in like 10 minutes.
Yeah. We showed off the trucks. Next thing is going to be a run video of both of them together. It's going to be awesome.
Lights, camera, action. And this one, man, I'm leaving it clean, bro. When I have to fix it or it gets dirty, I'll clean it off with the greeny weenie. And if it exposes something, fine. But this one, I'm so pumped on it. It's flat. So I'm cool with that. And it'll get, trees and all this kind of junk. We'll hit it. Have you tried the battery-powered airbrush gun? I have not. And I'll tell you what, the pump that I'm using, I bought on Amazon 3 or 4 years ago and never used it until this last 6 months. And I got a nice Awada gun. And it runs so quiet. You want to see my pump?
Dude, is it blue? It's probably the same one as what I got.
I think it is the same one, except it's
I bought mine probably 3 or 4 years ago. Looks identical. Yep.
It's quiet. And I got it dialed in, man. It does great. And that Awada gun is nice.
So I bought mine as like an entire kit. It came with the gun and everything. I need to get a better gun, but
mine came with the gun and everything too. I actually bought it from this influencer, Pilot Ryan Media, who created this kit, like on Amazon, where it was all the stuff. And so I bought my own thing, but I hadn't used it for years, ever until recently. But the gun it came with was chintzy, bro. And so I spent a little bit and got a good gun because I was like, if I'm doing it, I want a good one. And so I got a good one.
I bought mine because I wanted to weather that FMS P51 I had.
The FJ. Oh, the P51. Yeah.
The 1450? Yeah.
Yes.
And so I wanted to weather that thing out. So I bought that gun and that whole kit.
I probably scraped off those logos like they were trash.
What'd you do?
The little scout emblems. I guarantee you they're in my trash.
Bro, just print some new ones. It takes 2 minutes.
I know, but I already painted those.
Oh. Well, so Yeah, so I bought mine, and dude, it took me forever. And do you think for 1 minute that I had enough sense to go like get white sheets of paper and play with the gun? Because I didn't know that not only do you depress, but you have to pull back. And I
Yeah.
started weathering at 51. And I effed up the front of it, and I was so PO'd, man. I was like, Kelly, will you stop and get your head together and actually practice with this thing? I didn't know.
Yeah, you got to have yourself a test spot to do.
It's
For
a pain.
sure.
It's a pain if you don't. Yeah, I'd like I said, I didn't know it. You had to press down and pull back to find that right mix to get what you want. And these guys that professionally use airbrushes and do these professional paint jobs, I am blown away by how it's such an art, and they got it dialed. It's crazy.
Heavens to Murgatroyd. It took me a minute to get the pressure on the machine dialed in.
Oh,
But the first time I messed with that gun was actually on my short course race rig. I did some accent stuff. Where is that rig? Check this out, Ty. So you see the blue that's kind of highlighted there among the green? See the blue?
you talking to me? Yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was the first airbrush I ever did. So it was on a Lexan body for racing. It's like, I can't mess this up.
How long have you had that?
I did the blue first and then the green. Just a year or two.
I remember I remember when you did that.
This is my race, two-wheel drive short course team associated race rig that I was racing on clay inside, but now it's got off-road outside pin tires on it.
But then Lexan's completely different than what we're doing with these, of how you paint them, right? Because you're painting from the top down.
You're painting from the inside on these, but on my Lexan crawlers, I paint on the outside still.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Huh.
Bro, hold on. That's how I did that Vanquish. I painted on the inside and the outside.
Your FJ45?
What's that?
Your FJ45?
Yeah. And this is painted on the outside too.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize your FJ45 was painted on the outside with the patina.
Yeah, dude.
I got you. I want to figure out.
Yeah. That must be a battery strap. Yep.
Chris said he wants to figure out how to print a new body for his low-C SBR 2.0.
Oh my gosh. See, I wonder about bashers on these things. But yeah, I painted this because this dude I thought would have looked like garbage trash if it was shiny. I wanted to do this thing. It's a Lexan body, but I painted it on the outside. I need to do the weather stripping on this one and do a video and then use this leaf sprung TF2 for something else.
The great build off between us four guys.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah, because then I can actually run the truck.
Right.
I'm too afraid to break those mirrors off that, hey, I found my logo. It was on the floor. I've already painted these ones.
You got both of them there?
Yep.
Nice.
And I will do the tape transfer deal for you, like you were doing, because
it works well.
I do not want to get that wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's such a thing. I do not want it wrong.
Yeah.
Alberto Hot Wheels, what up?
Alberto, what's up?
Salute friends from Tizapan El Alto. That sounds like the High Jalisco or something. Nice. Welcome.
Ryan,
welcome.
Yes,
yeah, man. Yeah, we'll go in a minute here.
Dude, we got 6-scale trailers. Do you have one of those big 6-scale trailers like Kirk and I got?
No, man, mine's just a 10 scale. But it's
Dude,
okay, dude, because
mine's full of garbage trash, bro.
I don't want to. When I got these out, I want to run them. I don't want to pull something.
Remember that? I was going to give you that.
Yeah. The only thing I'd want is the quarter panels.
Dude, you can have the quarter panels.
Maybe the hood.
I got an extra set of seats for the Scout too that I'm not going to use. But you know what? I keep all this crap because I don't know.
Use them.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
I have a bunch of extra stuff too, which I think is going to be great to populate my garage.
There's my 1/6 scale trailer, Chris.
Oh, that's killer. That is good. Damn.
So then what I did on this,
that's nice.
On the front, I got a flip up door on my, basically, if I can show you without killing everything around me. It's where I keep my extra batteries and my tools and stuff up front.
Make it a little taller. You fill it with ice.
It'll hold a 6-pack of beer. But it's got magnets on that, and it'll actually, I can put a couple of batteries in there, my tools, and put whatever radio. If I'm not using my computer radio for something, I got an extra radio for whatever's in the trailer. It fits in here too.
Oh wow!
And then the back tailgate, actually, the drop down, it's magnetized too. Yep.
Shout out to the 29 in the room, says Ty. Yeah, man, the numbers on my end through StreamYard look absolutely nuts. They just go, they're all over the place.
Bro, we're warming everybody up for the next show, man, at 9 o'clock.
That's right. Hit the like and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. If you watch it on the replay, a lot of you do. Like, it seems like every week there's about 300 that are checking this out after the fact.
Yeah.
Comment. Say, hey.
Yeah.
Check out the RC 3D Fab Factory Facebook group and share what you're doing, and stay tuned with us to keep up during the week in between the shows.
Yeah.
And then check out the RC Truck playlist for running videos of these things, and check out KKRC76 on YouTube. He's linked in the description, as well as YB Normal's got some videos he's posting up on YouTube as well. And we're all local buddies who crawl together and build these things. And so, yeah, jump in that Facebook group. It's free.
Yeah.
And post what you're doing too.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys already are, which is awesome. Like Chris is working on a big monster Tacoma that he's got to stretch out the chassis for. It's looking good.
Dude, I'm following him on that one because I can't wait to see how that turns out.
It looks awesome.
I think it's gonna be awesome.
Urban Legend RC will be on tomorrow. Scale Builders and Hartley will be on in about 10 minutes.
Yep, that's where I'll be going. See what they're up to.
I'm gonna go watch some old school TV with the kids. So my daughter's liking Gilmore Girls.
Oh.
I never saw it when it was hot, but that's like from the 90s or early 2000s or whatever. And then me and my boy watch X-Files. Bridget says it's consuming his life. Completely understand. As long as priorities are good, and they must be okay if you're popping in. It sounds like you support it. It is a journey, man. And
yes, it is.
Like Kelly, I know he's talking about like, taking a break, whatever. Yeah, right. And then we went and built these Scouts. Like, I know for me, I need to have one of these. I need to have something creative to do all the time. And honestly, if I wasn't working on these trucks, I'd probably be making more other videos like airplane stuff. But I'm really happy working on them. And I love what I'm getting, and the whole thing's cool. And I got this 3D printer. I'm going to use it.
Yep, absolutely.
And man, it's its own creativity.
Snapcase said, boys, anyone got a C10 STL? I have not.
Snapcase, check out Andre Bezrodny on Colts 3D, bro.
Yeah, you're right. He does have quite a few different versions of that, doesn't he?
His files are dynamite too. I do not give a rip, and I'm gonna spell it because it's weird. But
So
this dude's files are amazing.
that's where I got the K5, the Blazer files from, was Biz Rodney.
That's where I got the Ford F250 69 and the Travelall.
Yeah, you're gonna spell out and put on there. There it is.
Yep, right there.
Yep.
That's him. Bro, it's worth it. $20, 25, whatever it costs for those files, they're amazing. They're complete. And he has a lot of scale plastic model guys printing his stuff off. But they resize really well and strong. A filament recycling system, as soon as it's not some bogus fake stuff on the internet, I'd be glad to have one. That one that they promote all the time that's called Loop, I would love to have it, but it's a Kickstarter. It's vaporware. It doesn't even exist yet. I'm not pre-ordering Kickstarter. Like, if we get enough people, we're going to develop this product. I'm sorry. Once there's a real one, I'd be into it. But yeah, we throw away more filament than most guys use, probably. I would love to have a way to do it. I did find a service where you can send in your filament and get a discount when you buy new.
Yeah, well, once they get that figured out on the recycling side of it, dude, we'll have to just buy one and share it between all three of us. You know, that would make most sense.
Seriously, when you do one of these, man, could you imagine? Like, it'd be really interesting to collect the throwaway from one project and see what it turned into. Yep. I mean, it would be a few pounds.
Well, I mean, you think about it, you print stuff different than I do. You use a lot of times less support than I do. So I would have to say, out of 4 rolls of filament, if I do a project like this, I'm probably throwing away a good 1/2 to 3/4 of a roll of filament, if I had to guess, of you know, support.
Right. And that I'd love to reuse it. And one thing that's neat too is we are generally always doing PLA. So it's like,
yep, it's all the same stuff.
You wouldn't have to sort it.
Exactly.
Ty, there are some systems out there, but the one you see all the time, that Loop system, I checked it out because I was into it. I wanted it. And I read, and sometimes you look at the ad for the thing and it's amazing. I go Google search it and see what everybody's saying about it. Because then you find the people who tell you the truth about it, where it's like, this thing isn't even out yet, blah, blah, blah. It's a Kickstarter, yada, yada, yada. So I look out for that yada, yada, yada business.
Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, Jake, a lot of crawlers, airplanes on this channel. We're 3D printing bodies, and we're making these big SCX6 Axial bodies off of files that are designed to be just looked at as a plastic model. Like these bodies behind Kelly, this is massive.
I got to show off my bug truck.
Dude, that's so cool. It so fits well that it looks factory.
It does.
It doesn't really give it away like how much of a kit bash that is.
Everybody wants a bug truck, and I think a lot of people are going to want a Snowstar now after seeing that. I want one. I want to do another one just like that. Thing looks awesome.
There are so many good colors. And man, I'm telling you, if you like a Bronco and you don't like a Scout, there's something wrong with you. Because Scout was first. So have you seen the short? I think it's a sport truck. So it's not open like yours, and it's not full box back like mine, but there's a like a cab shorty Scout that look amazing.
I have not.
Oh, they're good. They're good. I should find one real quick.
Wow.
And yeah, Scout was before the Bronco all day. And then Ford knew it was a good idea, so look what they've done. Look what they've done. Let's see.
I was talking to my dad about, well, he saw my Scout last Sunday. And I was telling him, I said, Dad, I wish you still had your blue and white 800. I would rip the top off that thing, and we had a blast in that truck. Scout 800.
Totally, bro.
And then he had it was a mid to late 70s. It was an 80. It was the square body, like this, like what we're doing. And it was white. I don't remember that one, but I remember, as a kid riding around in the blue and white 800. It was cool.
I want to find this that really shows the side of it good.
They look good without the doors on them too.
But it's the truck version of what we just did. Hold on. I'm sending it.
To see that, bro.
I'm sending it to the channel. Hold on a minute.
Yeah,
bro.
Let's see it real quick before we cut ourselves off so we can go over to Matt and Josh.
I'm going to go watch Gilmore Girls. Hey, man, she's 11. Wants to hang out with her dad, bro. It's cool.
Gilmore
I'm doing
Girls.
it. I like my kids. Eventually, they'll be gone. So,
yep. Enjoy it while you can. Get the memories.
I'm doing it. All right. I'm sending this.
I just got a notification the other guys are going. That's cool.
Yeah. I don't mind actually running over just a few minutes. Let's see. There we go. I got to open it up first. It's definitely the same thing we just did, except the short bed, little cute truck version.
I think I know what you're talking about now. I think I remember stumbling across a couple of pictures of it the other day because I was doing some Google searches.
It's
on
pretty
the Scouts
slick.
myself.
It's pretty slick.
If I didn't have this black tri-tune aqua sled sitting out here in the water, you can mark my words, I would have a Bronco or an old Blazer or a Scout, something.
Bro, I keep looking at like Marketplace. I got no business doing it. Like for real ones. Real things. Dude, there's a couple Willie's wagons out not far from here.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But that body style just doesn't catch my eye anymore.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
How's come this is not doing it for me? All right. Hold on, man.
Dude, like my neighbor down the street, he's got a 1939 Chevy. And just when you come over the next time, Ryan, we're gonna have to walk down there so you can see this thing. It is amazing. Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. It's almost like a Land Rover Series 2. Really. Much like it.
Except it's American and beautiful and round.
Yeah. Right. Well, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of British beauty.
No, I like a Rover. You ain't. You're not wrong. But
so
come on,
bro. Are you going to put your windshield wiper blades on like that?
I'm going to look at the picture and try to get as close to scale as I can. So maybe the other way. I don't know. Wipers are a pain, but I can make them look good.
But up there, you know what? I'm going to mount mine that way. I was kind of wondering about the wiper blades. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mount them up top.
It depends. Let me look at the picture of the real one that I'm doing. Where are they? They're on the bottom.
Oh, they are? Okay.
On the one that I'm making, but of course the one I'm making is a 71.
Yeah.
That I'm looking at, and these are 65s. This red one's a 64.
Okay. Interesting.
I like how we didn't have to put the arches on these.
Dude, we didn't have to do anything to them.
And honestly, I feel like the Scouts we made are more of a 64 than a 65 because there's no side marker lights on this red one.
True. Yeah, you're right. I thought about putting the Injora marker lights up front where I put the reflective tape at, but with this Honcho, the stock Honcho bumper, I still have the amber lights in it. So I was like, I ain't messing with it.
I have one set of amber lights
you know
I gotta use for something.
You know which ones I'm talking about? The ones that Kirk and I put on our trailers. Well, I got them on the Blazer. I don't know if you can see them or not. See it?
Oh yeah,
dude.
What
on
are
the
those?
Those are Injora marker lights. You can buy them on Amazon. They're like $11 for a set of them.
Bro,
so I got
the link. Those are perfect.
Can you see the red one?
Yeah,
dude, I got those on the Blazer, the big SCX6 Blazer body.
Those things a little bit more orange to hide the bulbs because I got this transparent orange paint for lights.
Yeah, you put I bought little 3mm orange LEDs and red LEDs just for the Blazer has them. They're right here, right front and back.
That come with the buckets, the square buckets.
Yeah, it comes with everything.
So why do you have to buy lights?
Huh? Because the lights that come with them, I made a mistake on one of my old trailers that I gave to a buddy of mine. I used the bulbs and I didn't light them up first to see what they were. They were white and they looked like crap behind the yellow or the orange lens or yellowish lens. And that's what it was. I have yellow 3mm lights for the yellow ones and red ones. And dude, that's what's in the Blazer. And they just set it off.
Nice.
You might need to do that.
Those are good.
I'll send you the link.
Those are about the right size.
Yeah, I'll send you the link to them. Hangar 51, how's it going, man? Guys, what a great show tonight, and good, a group of people tonight with us, and really appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
I like starting at 7 o'clock. We can go to, like you said, a different night, Saturday night or something towards fall when the kids are, back at school.
We'll let you have your boat time, and then we'll probably go Saturday night.
Thank you.
Yep. And summer, I think, I can swing it this early. We tried 9:30 for a few times, and it's like, you know what we know what we're up against, a monster. Yeah. And it's like, you know what? Let's just move it and see.
Right. Yep. Cool. Well, let's bust out and get moving so these guys can move on. And I'm gonna
go check out. If you want more of this, check out live stream takeover with Scale Builders Guild and Harley Designs. They're on every Wednesday night. Ty's on with Urban Legend RC tomorrow. There's stuff going on all the time. For the TV guide, tune into Ty because he'll keep you up to date with the rundown. We get the Monday night Real Flight Fly-In. I showed up late. Did you go?
Oh, I showed up. Dude, I think I was the second one in the air.
Okay. I showed up late, and then Bill put the camera on me like almost right away. I didn't even have time to change planes. I was still on the pits from the 3 weeks before when I went on. And we were flying at Muncie. It was AMA. So I was like, all right, this is cool. So I flew the pits, and then finally he put the camera on someone else, and my boy was sitting there because I brought the laptop out to the living room because we were like watching the Pacers. And so I handed the control. Rafe flew a bunch that night.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Not while the camera was on him. I mean, if you were watching me and you saw me crashing a lot, like not crashes from Stunt Devil, but crashes from like what in the world? It was him.
Nice.
But
That's
he had a
awesome,
good time.
man.
We kept.
Yeah.
I put him on a. I had him work it out on the pits first, which is spunky, and then I put him in a T6. And then I'm like, all right, now fly this Carbon Z150 and relax and enjoy it. And
Nice.
it was a lot better. He was able to get a couple landings in and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. It was a good time for sure.
We'll see you guys on social. In the meantime, we cannot wait to get these out in front of the legit cameras. I'm getting close. I got it. My windows are cut. I'm so pumped about that. I keep saying it because that is something I dread so hard.
Same.
But they're cut, they're sanded and filed to fit. They fit. I just got to paint my weather stripping, get mounted up, install 2 more lights. Done. Ready to go. I'm super proud of this one. I need to figure out that Snowstar decal, but I'm still happy as it is.
You should be. You did a great job
This
on
looks good. I can't wait to get them out.
Yeah, for sure. Lyndon, Chris, everybody, Hangar 51, thanks for coming by. Dell, Mr. Ramsey, we'll see you in the next one, I suppose.
We'll see you. We're out of here in 5. Hanger Rats forever. We'll 3 you later. You're too good to be forgotten. We will see you next time. Bye now. Boom. Word.